one. Very
team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready.
Wall's got his first 3 points of the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's LeBron. Lays it up and banks it in. Will not go. Smith with some nice D. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And James throws it down.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then...
I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And, guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's... just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And here's Wall, following the three-pointer by Kevin Love. That's good from Beal on the assist by Wall. Beal's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Cleveland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Love outside. No good on the triple. Wizards have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Here's Wall. The Cavaliers making the shot. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside. And
Washington going with a whole new group here. Cleveland also making some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. Now here's Sessions. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup, and all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
And LeBron throws it down.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
They grabbed their own miss, and that is good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Irving against Sessions. Irving attacking. Rebound, Washington. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
And so here's Cleveland after the basket by Washington. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
Thornton, no good. As they wrap up the first quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that Beal is known for his appetite.
When we go out to eat, he gets like 2 meals. You know, like some people eat 1 meal and the second meal you'll get to go home. He really finishes 2 meals at one time, and it'd be like, there's no way you about to.
You think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think. Well, not really. I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it. It is an unbelievable sight to behold. He cannot comprehend how anybody could scarf up that much food and still hoop.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Jefferson. Then it's Mozgov. And it's Fry in at the 4 spot. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. And so Wall nails both of them.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered, and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Beal's checked in for Marcus Thornton. Young with no one around. That 3 off the mark. Cleveland leading by 6. Outside jumper. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. They set the pick. Dishes it to Fry. No good on the 3. The Wizards shooting 40% from the field. Beal with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Wall attacking. Mozgov with the block. But he recovers it. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Wizards making a switch here. Dudley's checked in. Outside jumper. Here's Mozgov. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Dudley. An 11-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Morris is checked in for Washington. Here's Shumpert. Here's Mozgov. And the layup falls.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now here's Beal. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Outside Jefferson. Launches a 3. No good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. They host the 76ers after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's Dellavedova. He's guarded by Dudley. Dellavedova, the pass to Shumpert. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Shumpert's got his first bucket in this one. Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young...
Understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. And that one falls for John Wall.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted first overall, Beal third in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. And so Wall nails both of them. Well, Clark, getting back to Wall and Beal, they really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Now Dudley following the three-point attempt by Kevin Love.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And that one's good.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now here's Wall. 8 points his last outing. Beal can't get it to go. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Love kicks to Thompson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Wall dishes to Gortat. Near the three-point line, it's Morris, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot. Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And Wall kicks to Morris. Down low, here's Gortat. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Irving against Wall. Irving attacking. The layup missed.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
All with it. Now Smith defending. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Love. Goes up. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Morris.
Thaddeus Young.
Here's Hickson. Some solid defense there from Irving. The Cavaliers leading by 10. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt. The alley-oop. Here's Porter. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. 1:16 left to play here in the half. Passes it to Thompson. Near the three-point line, it's Love. The quick look, no good that time.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Puts it up from 12. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got his fourth rebound in this one. To the middle, and finished off by LeBron.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. Make it. Onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Thornton following the score by Cleveland. Good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And the shot is good.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Puts it up. And it's Thornton again missing. Smith. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Cavaliers lead by 18. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow as well as keep myself in a good group too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, he can't do it by himself.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first half, that's for sure. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined again by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points and 3 assists. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, these guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we can only beat ourselves.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe the amount of points they allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchup because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Wizards trade team, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
There's no doubt about that, fellas. I mean, the more finishes like that he gets, the more his confidence will grow.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
There's Beal with the three, and that one's good. Beal's got 6. Here's Dellavedova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
Cleveland leading by 13. Fry passes to Shumpert. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Washington calls timeout.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
And he gets it to go.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half. And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Now the pass to Fry. From deep 3. Wall dishes to Dudley. Here's Morris. Oh! And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play. Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Now here's Wall. He has 7. At the elbow, Gortat out to the wing. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
That's good.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
LeBron, he's checked in for Jefferson. The Wizards have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. The free throw drops for Dudley. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Pass to James. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. 2 summers ago, all anyone could talk about was LeBron James and the return to Cleveland.
I mean, you couldn't write that stuff, Kevin. I mean, it was unbelievable, the storyline. I mean, after all the acrimony between LeBron and the ownership as well as the fans. But you know what? He said it best. He truly is back where he belongs.
He's home.
Yes.
He's home.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. Every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. Smith checked in for Shumpert. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Irving. That one goes. Count it. Irving's got 11.
Kyrie Irving.
Well, talking about the strength of LeBron now, we saw Michael Jordan do this too. It didn't. They paid a lot of attention to the body as they got older, and thus they became more sculpted. They looked more physical.
Exactly. Leaned up and altered their games a bit. Not nearly as high-flying, but just as potent and as effective.
Third personal foul. Substitution on the court.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his first personal foul.
And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
And getting back to J.J. Hickson, he's forever had the size and strength to get it done. His problems have always been that lack of discipline and an unrefined set of tools. I mean, unfortunately, last season highlighted those flaws.
James kicks to Irving. Hickson grabs the board.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And that's in. Nice feet on the play. Hickson's got 5.
Talking about Hickson, every time you count him out, he surprises you with a streak of inspired play. Then every time you count him back in, he puts up a dud. Hard guy to figure out right now.
Now, here is Smith. 7 points in the game.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
And Clark, they're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think the clock is a factor right now, at least not yet. I mean, they don't need to change their pace of play. Keep attacking.
I'm not really sure. I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock get under 10 seconds from here on out.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Sessions against Irving. Here's Young. No good. Good D by Love.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The kick out to Irving. Love outside. Takes the three. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And that's now 9 points for Kevin Love.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
.58 seconds left to play in the third. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. And again, Washington no good. Irving passes to Thompson. Puts up a three. Kevin Love. At 13 points.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
And chalk up a few more points for them there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. 1 second left.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Dellavedova. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Jefferson. Mozgov is out there with Channing Frye. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Shumpert in at the 2 spot. And so it's Washington with it. Lets it go from 11. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Thornton's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Wizards. Dellavedova kicks to Mozgov. Oh, what a great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line and try to tack on another.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
To the middle. It's deflected and stolen by Frye. And Shumpert kicks to Frye. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has. Been going for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive. Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
Temple dishes to Nelson. He kicks to Sims. Nice ball movement by Washington. Thornton no good.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
To the inside, Dellavedova. Hickson grabs the board. Hickson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And he gets the bucket. Thornton. Got 4 points in the quarter.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Dellavedova, the pass to Mozgov. Puts up the baby hook, and he gets it to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Nelson kicks to Sims, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Mozgov.
Well, this is nothing new. There is some debate on how successful max contracts have been in the NBA. A lot of players have demanded max contract money, but haven't lived up to the pay. And in my opinion, there are only about 15 guys worthy of max contracts in the league in any given year.
And Washington making a change here. Dudley's checked in. Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments to their benefits. Commissioner Adam Silver said last year that he feels they help with parity. What do you think?
You know, for the most part, I do believe he's correct. I mean, they do help with parity. For guys like LeBron and Durant, let's face it, the big max contract can be a hindrance. They're probably considered to be worth far more than they're paid. But it's going to be something that is debated back and forth throughout the next negotiations for the CBA.
And here's Fry for 3. Cleveland the rebound. Here's Mozgov. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And gobbled up that... rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound. You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
And it's denied. They get it back. Poked away. Here's Jefferson. Here's Dellavedova. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Jameer Nelson dropping a delicious dime there.
Mozgov down low. Sims there. Mozgov with the bucket.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Nelson kicks to Hickson. The basket good off the assist from Nelson.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Dellavedova, guarded by Nelson. The jump hook, no good off the back of the rim.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back. And see, this was just a monstrous performance for James. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
For 3, Fry. Porter pulls it in.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
The feed to Thornton. Here's Mozgov, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And, Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
LeBron, tell us about this team's approach defensively and how you felt the team played in that aspect.
It's a tough team to guard off the bounce. They're so athletic, they're so quick, but it's a good job by all of us defensively, and it's always good to get a win on the road.
It takes
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction. And there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show.